welcome in. This is game number 15 in the Steam Backlog Challenge, and today we have Anno 1800 from Ubisoft, which is a 7-letter word that normally makes people tense up a bit when it comes to video games. But I gotta say, this is a beautiful city builder. I have 4 criteria that I'm grading the games on. This is not a grade on overall greatness of a game, but rather on how much value it had to me, personally, in this challenge. Number 1 is the sound. How was the sound quality? Is it nice to listen to? Were there good voice actors? Was the ambiance good? Were the sound effects, not annoying? Was there good music? Number 2, objective or story. Was this engaging? Did I feel something? Was I intrigued about the point of it all? Number 3, fun. How fun was this? Was this enjoyable, or was the game just a major hurdle to my enjoyment? Number 4, replay value. If I completed a playthrough, is it worth revisiting? And if I didn't, is it worth doing a full playthrough of? I didn't add graphics to this list because I didn't think it would be fair in this challenge, as some games have lower quality or style, and I didn't think it would be a fair comparison in terms of grading value of the purchase. And those are my 4 criteria for grading games in the Steam Backlog Challenge. So the sound, pretty darn good. It's an Ubisoft game. They threw their best at it. It's AAA quality. Though there were times when the music didn't quite match the circumstance. So for that, I'm going to ding it 1 point and give it a 4 out of 5. And here's what I'm talking about.
Workers can handle stubborn debris on ditch water. If it's to be the center of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
Honest work, that's all we ask.
Our dream of a shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Yeah, the objective and story was quite good. I actually love the way that they intertwined the two. In the campaign, the story is a good whodunit story. It's a murder mystery. You have to figure out what happened to your dad and work with your sister to do that while you raise up a city to, aspire against a nobleman. And that's goes really well hand in hand for the most part, except sometimes I feel like when you started to get in the groove of city building, it would step on your day-to-day. So it was kind of a weird balance to strike. Outside of the campaign, this is all about self-driven objectives. So you need to focus on what it is you're trying to do and build the city the way you need to build it. All in all, though, solid objective and story, 4 out of 5. Was this game fun? Actually, yes. I was really engaging right up until the point when it felt like a job. The loop that you get yourself into with having to maintain workers and just the varying, I guess you could say, tiers of citizens and their needs and how certain raw resources become necessary and just trying to balance everything. It became a really big job, and then trading, especially in the campaign, you didn't have a lot of people to trade with that had all the resources you needed. So, you know, you would go through these big dips, and it was punishing in the end. So, I don't know. Once it hit job status, you just had to walk away. And so at that point, I was like, okay, I think I know what this is about. I don't know if I really want to engage in this gameplay loop without, you know, maybe another go. So, regardless, for what we put into it, you know, 4 out of 5. Yeah, this is a big game. Replay value wise, there's a lot to do here. There's a sandbox mode, there's the rest of the campaign to deliver. There's just so much to do in this game that I could honestly see myself coming back to do like a full playthrough of it. Like I alluded to earlier, there's just some difficulty things and some challenges that come up about, you know, midstream while you're growing your city that I think are overcomable, but you need to be sure you're planning to get there. And I think it just takes some prep and a little study to figure out the best strategy to do that. So how you scale your citizens is very important, and you need to up your production line to support that as you go. And you know, one kind of feeds the other, so it's just planning to do that. But there's a lot of game here, and like I said, I could totally come back to this. I'm gonna give this one perfect score, 5 out of 5. .7 hours into this game. Obviously, you can play this game for 112 hours. You can put 200 hours. This could be your go-to game. I mean, there is a lot to do inside of an Anno series game. Anno 1800, you could run scenarios, you can run multiplayer maps, you can do sandbox mode, you can do creative mode. There's a just unlimited amount of play here. Why are we stopping at 4.7 hours? We're stopping at 4.7 hours as opposed to 7 hours, right? Part of the Steam Backlog Challenge is that the maximum number of hours to play is 7, and that's just to kind of keep momentum. Because if I do find like my new favorite game, right, and it's a game that has so much replay value and there's just a lot to it, then obviously I would want to continue to do that. And so I put a limit on myself for 7 hours, which is achievable because dad gamer like myself, I get off of work, you know, I don't have a ton of time between other responsibilities. Like as soon as I'm done with this, I have to go and start prepping dinner, for example. It gives me an hour per day. So for this, I hit 4.7 hours as a stopping point because I ultimately, the fun dropped off for me, right? It's a city builder game. There's an economy to maintain. There are certain catastrophes to navigate. I already do project management during the daytime, and once I have crossed the point of no return in this game and it just starts sliding downhill fast, there's no easy way to do the damage control because this game is coming at you constantly. So I essentially hit my my point with this game. It's not fun at this point. It's just work. But that's it. We're good on this one. I think I got what I wanted out of this. But again, in the back of my mind, this is something I'm going to come back to when I want to crack open a city builder. However, I am a Caesar 3 fan, which means I like a Rome city builder, and there is Anno 700, which is you know, Rome, right? So, or 770, right? Anno 770, I believe. Regardless, it's possible for me, if I come back to an Anno series game, I don't come back to this one. But the ceremony, we uninstall. And we move it. I'm gonna move it to always tomorrow. And the other thing I'm gonna do is hide it for now. So we paid $16 for Anno 1800. And today you can buy Anno 1800 for $60. You can get the 5th year gold edition for $100. And you can buy the definitive Anniversary, which is all of the DLC, for $130. Now, we didn't get all of this, right? You can see all we have is the base game for $60. So, did we get a good deal? Yes, $16. Did I get my value out of the game? We played it for nearly 5 hours. That's roughly getting like, you know, $3 of entertainment per hour. Yeah, I would say we did. We did get some value out of this to be able to play it for like 5 hours and really understand what I like and what I don't like about the game, and what I look forward to in the other Pax Roma release. Yeah, that's worth it. That's worth it to me. So that's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for tagging along. Much appreciated. And this is me, Mucho, signing out.